Right, so Apple's foldable iPhone has been floating around the rumor mill for years, but this week the leaks have taken a massive leap and we finally have the kind of details that actually matter. We're talking about a foldable iPhone that might be completely crease-free, and on the opposite end of the joy spectrum, a price tag that's now creeping closer to $2,000 plus. Yes, Apple's apparently solving the biggest physical flaw in foldables while instantly creating the biggest financial one. Classic behavior really. Let's start with the crease, because this is genuinely huge news. According to multiple new supply chain reports, including a big one from Chinese site UDN, Apple's officially entered the engineering validation phase, which basically means the prototype is no longer a science experiment and is now something they're preparing to mass produce. And here's the headline: Apple's apparently solved the crease problem, making the first crease-free foldable on the market. If this is true, this is a direct hit to every foldable that currently resembles a Dorito crease after 3 weeks in your pocket. Apple has apparently been obsessively engineering the hinge and display, working with Samsung on the core panel, but designing the lamination method, materials, and structure entirely in-house. And the hinge reportedly uses liquid metal components, allowing for a slim design without permanently damaging the display. This is Apple doing what Apple always does, turning up late to the party, but acting like they own the venue the whole time. Now, before you get too excited, here's the part where your wallet cries. New pricing estimates put the iPhone Folds at around $2,399, according to Analysts Arthur Lau. Earlier predictions range from $1,800 to $2,500, but this new figure sits firmly on the "your credit card might physically disintegrate" end of the spectrum. Ming still says $2,000 to $2,500 is realistic, and Gurman expects it to land around $2,000. Either way, it's shaping up to be the most expensive iPhone Apple has ever made. Full-Bond Research also says the premium materials, including the hinge and display, are driving the price up, and strangely enough, they also believe this thing could still be the spotlight product of 2026, predicting around 5.4 million sales in its first year. That's a lot of people who apparently have stronger finances than me. Oh, and if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, make sure you subscribe and tap the hype button. It genuinely helps a small channel like mine reach more Apple fans. Now let's get into the hardware, because the rest of the leaks absolutely stack up. Apple's foldables expect to launch alongside the iPhone 18 Pro models in autumn 2026, and it's shaping up to be Apple's most ambitious hardware project since the original iPhone. The form factor in question is a book-style foldable with a 7.8-inch inner display and 5.5-inch cover display, both LTPO OLEDs, both 120Hz of ProMotion. So basically, it's like an iPad that folds in half, except without the weight of your conscience after tapping by. And yes, this is also shaping up to be one of the thinnest foldables on the market. Reports say around 4.5mm when unfolded. To achieve that, Apple's going full mad scientist with the materials. Jeff Pu claims the device will use a titanium and aluminium hybrid frame, making it strong enough to survive daily folding while still being light. Ko has said something similar, but with stainless steel instead of aluminium. The common theme though is titanium taking the lead role. It's smart, titanium provides rigidity, aluminium keeps the weight down, and Apple gets to call it something dramatic like aerospace grade dual metal precision fusion structure. They love that stuff. And while on the structure, one of the biggest design decisions is already confirmed across multiple reports. Touch ID is returning, built into the side button. No Face IDs here, the sensor array apparently doesn't fit into the smaller form factor, so fingerprints are back. Very retro, very iPhone 7 energy. I can already hear the marketing line, Touch ID, reimagined. Some slow motion unlock animation will probably follow. Camera-wise, this foldable is expected to get 4 cameras, a front punch-hole camera, a dual 48MP rear setup, wide and ultra-wide, and a wild 24MP under-display camera inside. The last one comes from a JP Morgan report and is honestly insane. Most current foldables use a 48MP under-display camera, and the results look like someone smeared Vaseline on the lens after running it through a washing machine. Going to 24MP suggests Apple has cracked the light transmission issues that have plagued everyone else. To get that clarity, Apple's also reportedly using 6 plastic lens elements, which is apparently a big deal for improving sharpness. I'm no camera purist, but even I know 6 lenses under a display sounds like wizardry. There are some compromises though. JP Morgan claims Apple dropped both LiDAR and optical image stabilization on the inner camera to keep the device slim. So if you're planning to film a 4K vlog while sprinting, maybe don't. On the battery side, this thing could be an absolute monster. Multiple sources, including Quo, say Apple's testing capacities between 5,400 and 5,800 mAh, and Instant Digital claims the final capacity will definitely exceed 5,000 mAh. If that's true, it's going to be the biggest battery ever in an iPhone. That's larger than the 17 Pro Max and dramatically bigger than the Galaxy Z Fold 7, which only manages 4,400 mAh. Apple's going big here and it makes sense. Foldables tend to drain battery faster than my willpower when I see a new Apple color rumor. But unlike Samsung, Apple's reportedly going to use a dual cell design paired with a 16nm display driver, much more efficient than the older 28nm chips in current devices. Combine that with the A20 Pro chipset and the 2nd gen C2 modem, and battery life might actually be good for a foldable. Speaking of the modem, yes, the foldable iPhone will apparently go full eSIM only, with no physical SIM card tray, so you'll be able to fold your iPhone, but you won't be able to fold in a SIM card. Ha ha! Yeah, that was terrible, I'm sorry, but if they're ditching the tray and giving us a bigger battery, I'm all for it. Now let's talk about production, because this is where things get real. ET News claims Samsung Display has already begun manufacturing the foldable OLED panels in its Asan factory, not prototypes, actual mass production panels on a line capable of 15 million units per year. Apple reportedly wants 6 to 8 million units for 2026, which is a very Apple move: controlled layout, high demand, maximum hype. It's the same playbook they used with the iPhone X. Foxconn's also preparing for final assembly, reportedly prepping for a manufacturing ramp in late 2025, which lines up perfectly with all the autumn 2026 timelines we've been hearing. As for software, the foldable is expected to run a hybrid UI, something between iOS and iPadOS. Think multitasking, floating windows, split view, proper scaling, basically the dream of an iPad mini that fits in your pocket without needing cargo trousers. There's even talk of this becoming a true productivity device, ideal for creators, students, and anyone who wants to edit, research, script, reply, and scroll without juggling 2 devices. Could it replace both your iPhone and iPad mini? Honestly, maybe. The only thing standing in the way is the price. That $2,399 estimate is brutal. That's MacBook Pro money. That's should I spend this on a holiday money? And you know someone at Apple is calling it a bargain because it replaces 2 devices. Look, as much as I'd love to buy this thing, I'll be honest, that price is painful. I'll definitely try to cover it for the channel, but I'm hoping Apple lowers the price in future generations as the manufacturing cost does decrease. For now, this is clearly meant to be a halo device, the kind of device that pushes the industry forwards, even if most people don't buy it. But if Apple really has solved the crease, nailed the hinge, built that titanium aluminium frame, added a 7.8-inch ProMotion display, a 5,000 plus mAh battery, and a 24 megapixel on-display camera, then yes, this could be the device that finally makes foldables mainstream by 2027. Anyway, that's the latest on Apple's foldable iPhone and the first real glimpse of what might be their most exciting iPhone in years. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the hype button. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the hype button, and tell me in the comments, would you spend $2,000 to get Apple's first foldable? Because I'm torn, but I can already feel myself trying to justify it as a business investment.